Welcome back to another episode of the Coach Chennis Berry Show. This is the 7th episode, man.
7, man.
We're rolling this thing.
Hey, rocking and rolling, baby.
Absolutely. And of course, it's brought to you by New Creation Construction. Couldn't do this show without them. We couldn't do it without you. We thank you so much for the support, which is why we continue to come back and bring you more Benedict College football at its best. Well, coming off a big win, Absolutely. You go to Miles. It's their homecoming. Huge crowd. And we do it on ESPN on top of that.
Absolutely, man.
And then you get the big win. Couple of seconds left in the game. You guys pull it out 24-21. You got to feel good about this one.
To God be the glory.
Amen.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, that, I'm very, very, proud of my coaches and my players for really, fighting. Our deal, we had a church sermon, a coaching staff weekly Bible study we do every Wednesday, and the subject was it's only a test. And, we really focused on, getting through the moment. We've been losing some close games, and we found a way to get over the hump. So super proud of the coaches, super proud of the young men for being resilient through adversity and finding a way to get a big victory on the road at Miles College homecoming. So it was an exciting moment. So just so happy for the team and so happy for the young men and the coaches, man, just for their efforts and fighting all the way through the end for 60 minutes.
Absolutely. So you give the guys a little chance to celebrate a little bit and then, of course, get focused because the season's not over yet.
No, not at all, man. Our philosophy around here, man, we get 24 hours to enjoy the victory, then we move on to the next one.
All right. Well, we're going to get to that next one, but first let's get through this game that we just had. All right, in that first quarter, you go back and forth, get a couple of punts here and there between you and Miles, and the Tigers get the ball midway through that first quarter, and things start to turn. Amarian Coleman gets a nice 27-yard start off to get things to start this thing off. And a couple of plays later, you put in your freshman quarterback who's there, Zay Foster. Let's talk about what goes on from there.
Zay Foster, what a talented young man. We wanted to give a young man an opportunity. And, he had been practicing and putting himself in position, and we felt like he was ready, man. So, we prepared him all week for the moment, and he really had a great week of practice. The young man was so polished throughout the week, so confident, so poised, and he went out and performed at a first-class level out there in hostile territory against a really good defense, and he played really, really well, absolutely.
Which is a great thing. So here it is deep in that first quarter. He throws to Stephen Campbell, who makes a phenomenal catch. They get him down on the 6-yard line. And then from there, the next play, Foster takes a pitch, makes a shifty move, gets it into the end zone. Come on, let's talk about that play.
Oh, that was awesome. We had moved the ball down the field, and we were able to get a free play. They had jumped off sides on one of the third down situations, so we had a free play to take a shot down the field, and Steve Campbell comes up with a big play to get us down inside the 10-yard line, and we were able to run one of our run plays to, where Zay has an option to whether to keep it or to pitch it, and he was able to keep it and get his first college touchdown and then put us on the board, and we're up 7-0. All
right. So Miles has to punt on their next possession, and when they do, of course, your special teams comes up real big. Daquan Bloodsore gets his fingers in there, tips that ball, and you guys get that great possession again.
Man, we talked all week about in order for us to win this football game, we're going to have to go fight and we're going to have to go take it. And we're going to have to go win on all three phases. That's offense, defense, and special teams. And Daquan Bloodsore, they went to punt on a possession, and he went up and got a nice punt block and put us in really good field position where our offense can get an opportunity to score.
Tigers get the ball at midfield, you're 3rd and 12. Foster picks up 16 yards on the keeper. Next thing you know, you guys are faced with a 4th and 6. Take it from there, Coach.
Well, we were in third down situation, and Zay Foster did a really good job of working up in the pocket. He was able to get positive yards, but we got in a situation where it was 4th down. I had to make a decision. And I liked the way our defense was playing at this moment. And, I went to Coach O'Dafford and I said, how you feel about how you guys are doing on defense? He said, Coach, I feel good. So I said, okay, let's do it, man. Instead of us going to punt, we're going to go for it on 4th down. And again, Zay Foster, cool, calm, and collective. He went through his progression, went through his reads, found Tayshawn Presley on a shallow route, hit him for a big first down, took it down again inside the 10-yard line.
There it is. And then he connects with your tight end, Eddie Neal, and then that's a nice play, which gives you guys another score. You guys are 14 up at this point.
Man, one of our unbalanced RPOs, we were able to put them in position where Zay Foster read it perfect. It was off of one of our run actions. He came off the fake and then delivered the ball to Eddie Neal for a great touchdown. Nobody was in 5 or 10 yards of him, so it was an excellent play, excellent design play, excellent executed play, and we're up 14-0.
All right, so the Golden Bears of Miles, they get a 15-yard run. Then they get a 19-yard pass to get them down to the 29-yard line. But your defense holds up strong.
I tell you what, man, that brings me joy to talk about our defense. Our defense played lights out. At this point, Miles College had been perfect on fourth down the whole entire year. And our defense held them 0 for 2 on fourth down. And they had made a big stop on this drive with O.J. culminating that drive with a stop on 4th and 4.
Let me ask you, what was the difference between this game stopping a team that, you know, two-time champs of the SIAC? Your defense shows up big time. What was the turnaround? Because you had to get them fired up. You make them run like 50 laps, 20,000 up downs. What you do?
Well, absolutely, man. You know, our defense, you know, has been bending but not, you know, breaking pretty much all year. And, you know, they made up their mind that they were going to get around the ball and they were going to fight for 4 quarters. And we knew that we were going to take this one. They weren't going to give it to us on homecoming. Right. We were going to go take it. And those guys played hard and played lights out on this past Saturday. All
right, so then you got Looper Denellis, who makes a big tackle for a loss. Miles feeling that pressure, 4th and 4, and here comes a big play.
OJ made a great play, tackle for loss on 4th and 4, was able to get the ball back to the offense. So great job by our defense. They played really good ball at that point in the first half.
Big stop.
Absolutely.
All right. Tigers still up 14-0. Let's move forward. Later on in the second quarter, your quarterback, Zay Foster, he scrambles for a 32-yard run. And Taven Grice, he follows with an 18-yard run, and that helps you get the ball down to the 32-yard line where you take a couple of deep stabs into the end zone. No success with this one. And then on 4th down, you get, of course, your ever reliable Rigoberto Tinoco.
I tell you what, Rig, I had been on him all week, just making sure that he can build confidence throughout the week and hitting those deep field goals, and he had been hitting them in practice. So I felt good about going for it at that time. So we kicked the field goal and actually hit the crossbar, goes through the uprights. They get us for delay of game. So at this point, we're out of field goal range. So at this point, we have to punt it and give the ball to their offense with our defense back out there on the field.
That was actually a 49-yard field goal, too. That would have been his career high.
That would have been his career high. Yeah. He actually put his good leg into it, but it was he hit the bar, went through, and but they ended up negating it because of, again, delay of game.
What happens, they get the ball, they do nothing. It ends at the half, 14-0, and this is where it is right now. How you feeling so far about your team?
I'll tell you what, I really like the way we're playing. We're moving the ball up and down the field on offense. They really don't have an answer for what we're doing at this point. And defense, oh, man, they're playing lights out. They're getting around the football. They're running around. They're having fun. They're excited. We're building a lot of confidence. I love our energy right now. Guys are flying around and just uplifting one another. Because I tell them, when we go on the road, we can only travel 58. You know, the other teams, they over there dressing with 75. They got all their fans. But like I tell them, we can only put 11 out there on the field. They got 11, we got 11. And again, the field's still 100-yard long, 53 in the third wide. Regardless of where we go, we got to find a way to win a football game. So at this time, man, we're going into the half, just telling the guys keep believing. Whether we're up or down, we always tell them 0-0. But we got to find a way to finish. We've been here before. We finished on the good side, we finished on the bad side. We've been here before. Let's find a way to go back to Columbia, South Carolina with a win.
All right, there it is. And that's your first half highlights. Of course, we have more coming up in the second half as well. This is the Coach Chennis Berry Show. It's brought to you by New Creation Construction. Back with more after this.
People have the power to make a lasting impact through acts of kindness, compassion, and strength. They inspire us to innovate and educate, to do more than we ever thought possible, to help you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health, inspired by you.
I'm Kelvin Smart, the wide receiver coach here at Benedict College, originally from St. Petersburg, Florida. I have a son that's down in St. Petersburg, Florida now. He's 5 years old. His name is Kelvin Smart Jr. I graduated from Boca Ciega High School, where I then went on to play at Northern Michigan University, where I started 2 years. In my senior year, I earned all conference. After my senior year, I went back home to Florida and started coaching high school football at Gibbs High School in St. Petersburg, Florida, following by 2 seasons at Robinson High School in Tampa, Florida. After those 2 seasons, I got blessed with the opportunity to finally break the college ranks and got an opportunity to go up to the University of Findlay and coach the receivers up there, where I spent the season before coming to Benedict College. Coaching the Tigers, man, I just love the atmosphere. I love the energy. I love the bonds that I've created with the players, with my receivers, with the team. The bonds that I've created with the coaching staff, with faculty and staff on campus, the support that they give us. You know, we're building a new culture here, and the entire campus is inheriting that culture. You know, we don't greet each other by saying hello or good morning. We say go Tigers. And walking on campus, it's an amazing feeling to just be greeted by go Tigers. You know, because that's something they had never done before we got here. So that culture is just spreading like a wildfire. And you can feel it. You know, the energy is electric. You know, game day is electric. And just the players, man, I love being around them. You know, they want to win, they want to be great, and you know, I just love their energy. My specific unit, as far as the success, you know, obviously I'm proud to see that they're having success and experiencing success on a weekly basis. You know, it's just a testament of the hard work that we put in. We've instilled discipline. You know, that's kind of the foundation of everything that we do. And then, you know, just having these guys fight and play at a high level, showing a bunch of passion, a bunch of energy. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. You know, I feel, you know, I get chills sometimes just sitting back watching the film and seeing those guys do the things that we've coached them up on a day-to-day basis in practice. You know, and again, we've played against some good teams, but we're a real good team ourselves. You know, we're growing, and every day we're getting better. You know, until we get to where we want to be, we're going to keep grinding and keep working to get better every single day. For my receivers, I stress discipline. Discipline is the first thing that we talk about all the time. Discipline within our scheme, discipline with your assignment, discipline on and off the field. You know, that's a big thing that we talk about here. And then, you know, just playing and being a competitor. You know, having unbelievable effort on the field 100% of the time. You know, I have a thing called their tab. You know, have a good tab every time you're on the field, and that's the time away from ball. You know, so when we have a run play going, you know, we're still expected to dominate the perimeter. Dominating the perimeter doesn't stop. We're just catching touchdowns and running routes. You know, within the run game, we also got to dominate the perimeter and make sure that we take care of our blocking assignments. You know, so that's a big thing that I stress with them. And then ultimately just having fun. You know, because if it's not fun, it's not really, you're not really productive if you're out there miserable. So I try to do a good job and make sure that it's fun for them. At the same time, you know, it's work, it's business. It's a business at the end of the day. So business first, and then the fun will take care of itself on Saturday. Something new about myself that I've learned, I'm very self-critical, you know, and on both sides of the fence. So when things are going good and when things are going bad, you know, when things are going good, I'm looking at myself like, what do we need to do to sustain this and continue to grow? Because you either get better or worse every single day. So we got to sustain it and continue to push forward. You know, so I'm always looking in the mirror like, what can I do? How can I sustain this? How can I grow? You know, when things may not be going our way or may be shaky, I'm looking in the mirror again. That's the first thing. You know, what did I do? Where am I missing something? If my group may have not done something right, what do I need to do to help them correct those issues? You know, not pointing at them, you know, because at the end of the day, as a coach, we're problem solvers. So if there's a problem, it's my job to solve it. Oh, man, to be a part of this program, man, it's amazing. And I greatly appreciate everything Coach Berry has done for me. I feel like he was a blessing in my life, you know, just giving me an opportunity to continue coaching college football. You know, like I said, man, the atmosphere here is great. The program is great, you know, and the sky's the limit, you know, and just being a part of his first program, you know, that's something that you can't supplement. So I'm blessed and honored to be the person chosen for this position, because it could have been a million other people, but he chose me. And you know, I pride myself on not letting him down. You know, that's my focus when I come in early and leave late. I don't want to let Coach Berry down, and show my worth, you know, show my worth and continue to grow as a man and as a coach. I'm Kelvin Smart. Go Tigers.
There it is, Lexington Medical Center. That's your wide receiver coach, Kelvin Smart, doing his thing. We're going to jump back to the game with Miles as they're doing their homecoming. Huge crowd, Benedict College, ESPN, and you guys are doing your thing 14-0. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the third quarter. Mm-hmm. Miles gets the ball. Yep. They get a 26-yard touchdown. You guys get the ball back. It's 14-7.
You know, at this point, our defense is still playing really good football. They're playing really good ball. And then we had an offsides penalty, which caused them to have a free play. And they were able to throw it up and they ended up getting a touchdown to make the score 14-7. But like I say, I'm still excited and proud of our defenses, how they're playing, but they got to stay disciplined and stay on sides on those hard count situations.
Absolutely. So you guys get the ball back. What do you do?
We take the ball right down the field. You know, we go all the way down the field. Our guys are driving. The momentum is still rolling. And we end up scoring, actually. We scored and ended up getting a holding call that called that score back. So we end up having to settle for a field goal on that drive. Now we're up 17-7.
Miles gets the ball back late in the third quarter. They go 6 plays, 49 yards, get down there. They score on a 1-yard run to trim that lead 17-14. There's 13 minutes left in the game. What's going through your mind at this point?
At this point, 17-14, you know. Our guys still don't believe it, but we got to put some drives together offensively to try to put this team away. And we had a couple punting situations, and at that point, we don't want to get that. We don't want a seesaw battle. But right now, we're only up 3. So it's ball playing time now. We got to get it done.
All right, you talk about getting it done. Well, we punt the ball back to Miles. They go 90 yards on this one. They keep it on the ground for the most of the way, and they catch us with a 48-yard touchdown pass, and then that's their first lead of the game. Now we're talking 21-17. Fourth quarter, 4.5 minutes left in this game, Coach.
Hey,
this is nail-biting time for this game.
You know, our guys, again, are still believing. We practice these situations. We're down 21-17. We had been up the entire game. You know, and I just looked at our team, you know, at this point and say, you know what, do you guys still believe? You know, and they, Coach, let's believe. We believe, let's go. You know, we were able to take that ball methodically down the field and end up driving it. I mean, we're just going, because it's plenty of time, man. You know, you're talking about 4 minutes and 30 seconds when we got the ball. So we're driving the ball down the field, and we end up taking it all the way down to inside the 5, and it's 1st and goal from the 4. And we just leaned on our running game. We said we weren't going to pick it up and throw any passes. We were going to lean on our running game, and we did that. And Amarion Coleman found a way to get in that end zone on 4th and 1 with like 19 seconds left. And, you know, where there's a will, there's a way. The young men kept telling me on the sideline, you know, Coach, believe in it, especially that offensive line. Coach, believe in it. So we just leaned on the offensive line, and, you know, we found a way to get in that end zone and win a football game.
I mean, what a game by this true freshman. And, you know, he was not only the player of the game, selected by Miles College, he's our also Prisma Health Player of the Game, and he was named the Newcomer of the Week by the SIAC. This is your guy you're talking about.
Hey, man, we're so proud of Zay Foster, man. He's a resilient young man. He's a talented young man. He's got a bright future here in this program, and we're glad to have him here.
All right, so we're going to key third down. Foster passes once again to Presley. It's a big 10-yard gain. It gives us 1st and goal at the 5. Just under a minute and a half left on the clock, Coach.
Man, listen, man, that drive there was amazing. You know, so many plays that were made by our young men. They stayed positive. And again, we didn't try to rush anything. We just took him down the field, 1st down, touchdown. That's our philosophy. We don't worry about getting the big play. Let's just move the chains, 1st downs, touchdowns, and we took it all the way down the field.
And that's exactly what you're saying. The Bears didn't make it easy for you guys either. Their defense stepped up to try to stop the Tigers from scoring.
Man, to think, man, we got to go 75 yards against a top-ranked defense.
Yeah.
But our kids always believed the whole entire time. I mean, you're talking about hostile territory. We're down. Our guys at the whole time, they're saying, Coach, let's go.
Homecoming, crowd on their side.
Absolutely.
We're on the 1-yard line, 25 seconds left. Everybody in the stadium's on the edge of their seat for this one here. 4th down, Coach. Take us in.
You know what? We had a couple timeouts. They had a timeout. We had a timeout to make sure everything was right. Talked to the young men on the sideline and said, guys, do you believe? They said, Coach, we believe. Let's go fight. And we put those guys in a situation, and I looked at OC in his eyes, man, and OC said, feed me that rock. So offensive line, they were fired up. They were ready to go. We called a play. It was do or die. And it was 4th down, and we found a way to offensive linemen. They showed strain. They strained to get us in the box, and I always tell them, offensive linemen, if you're in the end zone, our back's going to be in the end zone. You see our young man strain. OC found a way to get in the box, and he gave second effort. Touchdown Tigers.
That's it. Now you guys are up 24-21. But there's still time left on the clock, Coach.
Yep.
What do you do now?
Hey, man, we got a chance to, you know, our special team coordinator, Coach King, comes to me, Coach, you want to squib it or you want to kick it deep? I said the way our special teams playing right now, let's kick it deep. And Rig kicked the ball perfect. He put the ball on the numbers. Our special teams got down there, led by Deron Williams, got down there and made a big hit inside the 20-yard line. Now they got to go 80-plus yards in a matter of seconds. And at that point in time, I felt really, really good, and we were able to end that game with a big pick from Kevin Ross, and was able to seal the game with a victory. So Tigers win 24-21 at Miles College homecoming.
That's the way this one wraps up for this game. Tigers' big win, homecoming for Miles. Now, our homecoming is coming up, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. Back with more of the Coach Chennis Berry Show. It's brought to you by New Creation Construction.
In our state, team rivalries run deep.
Sometimes our fans might not always agree.
But South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
It's time to come together off the field.
Together, we can beat COVID-19.
Vaccines are safe and effective.
And they're our best shot at victory.
Don't wait until it's too late.
Learn how to protect yourself and your family
At scdheck.gov/vaxfacts.
Protect your family, your friends, your neighbors, the people who care for you. Save a life. Wear a mask.
Welcome back to the Coach Chennis Berry Show. Benedict College football at its best. Got another game coming up, but before we do that, we got to do a spotlight right now. It's the Prisma Health Spotlight. It's one of your great players, your defensive back, Elijah Smith.
OJ, that's my man, from Waycross, Georgia. He does a great job for us. He's been in the program for 5 years, and we're glad to have him in our program. He does an amazing job on the field and off the field.
All right, let's take a look.
Name Elijah Smith, straight out of Waycross, Georgia, aka the 912. Yes, sir. Went to Ware County High School. I am class of 2017, graduate 2022. What made me become part of Benedict? It was really the culture and the family, because being here is a great deal of family. Like, they're good people. I love the staff. I love the coaches. I love everything about them. I love how they keep us working. I love the education. They preach nothing but A's. They preach nothing but A's, B's, championship and degrees. I love it. I feel good about our defense because we just the best. We're great. We're great on all cylinders. Our D-line's good, linebackers, safeties. We just elite. We play at elite level, and we got to keep playing at elite level. We keep playing at that. There's no team that can really beat us or score on us. But like they say, we can shoot ourselves in the foot as well sometimes. So we just got to be more consistent, more dominated, just keep ourselves up. What are some of my personal goals for this season? I actually made one of my personal goals. Actually, I got my first pick, my first college career pick. I ain't had one since I've been here, but actually to get my first one, it felt real good. But I want to finish this season out. I want to have at least 4 picks. I want to have 4 picks, at least 3 sacks. I can say our defensive chemistry is very great. Like, we love each other. We pride on us being together and being with each other. So we got a very high chemistry. Like, out of the DB group, we're a family. We treat each other like brothers. Anybody who have a child, anything, that's our niece or nephew, we're a family. My time being here at Benedict, it has evolved, it has changed. I done became a better person than what I was my freshman year. Instead of me being that silly kid, that freshman that like to get into trouble and do everything, I became a better person. Everything is starting to slow down, starting to mature, and just be a leader. I'm Elijah Smith. Go Tigers.
There it is, your player spotlight. Olajuwon Smith, defensive back, doing his thing for Benedict College. And speaking about BC, they got another big game coming up after beating Miles 24-21. We're going to need that energy that you talked about that was in Miles. You had the band, and you said the crowd was there. Dr. Artis?
Hey, you talking about juice. They bought that juice. Our fan base is amazing. You talking about the BC BOD rocking the house, led by my main man, H. Wade Johnson. And, you know, to have Dr. Artis and her husband there, you know, the fan base, the parents. I mean, it was like we were at home. So I'm excited. We need you there.
We're going to need that same energy that you talked about this coming Saturday against Albany State. That's going to be a 2 p.m. kickoff. Come on out, grab your tickets. You can get them at benedict.edu or benedicttigers.com. That's where you can grab your tickets. Albany State is 5-1, 2-0 in the SIAC. What do you have for them, Coach?
Hey, good football team. You know, they do a good job, offense, defense, and special team. Well-coached team, but we'll be prepared. Our young men are already chopping at the bit. We've already watched film on them, and we're doing our scout reports today. And, you know, guys are locked in on what they do well. And, you know, like I say, it's a big challenge for us, but our guys will be ready to go.
You've been talking about your defense, but I got to tell you, you know, this team, Albany State, has outscored their opponents 110-3.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a really good defense. They get after it. They hadn't gave up many touchdowns at all, but, you know, our young men are excited about the challenge, you know. We'll have a good plan on offense. Our defensive staff will have a good plan. Our special teams will have a good plan. And we'll get 60 minutes to see what the outcome is.
Right. All right. The only game that they lost this year is fourth-ranked team in the country. So we got to look forward to putting it all on the field, the gridiron, this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock. And again, make sure you grab your tickets for this game and come on out and support your Benedict College Tigers. Benedict.edu, benedicttigers.com is where you can grab your tickets and be there for all the excitement. And, of course, again, you can watch this show after it's all done, but then you can say to your friends and family, you were there. You saw what happened and what went down, Coach.
We need them there. We need them there. Pack the house. Let's pack the jungle, baby. Bring them out. Come on out. Let's go find a way to win this football game.
All right, it is New Creation Construction bringing you the Coach Chennis Berry Show each and every week. We thank you for watching as well. We'll see you in the stands at Charlie W. Johnson Stadium.
Go Tigers.
We want to say thank you to our sponsors of the Chennis Berry Show, New Creation Construction, Prisma Health, Department of Health and Environmental Control, Lexington Medical Center, Advantage Sport and Fitness. Thank you for supporting Benedict College Athletics.